The next item on our agenda is the second privilege of the floor. Members of the public may comment on any subject. Individual comments are limited to 3 minutes, and comments representing a group shall be limited to 5 minutes.
Hello, my name's Ida Golden. I'm a Chautauqua County resident. I'm speaking on behalf of the Western New York Freedom Seekers and also an affiliate of ours, Uniting New York State. I'm here to update you on the isolation quarantine camp lawsuits. Senator Borrello, Congressman Lawyer, Assemblyman Tega, and the citizen group Uniting New York State brought the suit against the governor and the State Department of Health. In July, Supreme Court Judge Donald Plotz declared the forced quarantine regulation unconstitutional. It is null, void, and unenforceable. The court has prohibited the governor and the Department of Health from continuing to issue the regulation after an extension and hours before the deadline on March 13th. New York Attorney General Letitia James filed an appeal to overturn the win. I'm going to quote from the Brownstone Institute article written by the attorney of the case, Bobby Ann Cox, March 14th, 2023, titled, Governor Hochul Files Appeal in Quarantine Camp Lawsuit. And I will send you all the email with the full article. Quote, the regulation. For anyone unfamiliar with this regulation, it allows the Department of Health to pick and choose which New Yorker they could lock up or lock down with no proof that you were ever even exposed, let alone sick with a communicable disease. They could have locked you down in your home or could remove you from your home and force you into quarantine in a facility of their choosing. There is no time restriction, so you could have been quarantined for however long they require, days, weeks, months. There is no age restriction, so they could have done this to you, your child, or your grandchild, etc. In true fashion of a totalitarian regime, they could have told you what you could and couldn't do while in quarantine. They literally could have controlled your every move. The regulation allowed them to use law enforcement to enforce their orders of isolation and quarantine, which means you could have received a knock on the door from your local police or sheriff telling you that you had to go with them by order of the health department. Furthermore, this regulation had no procedure by which you could be released from quarantine, no way for you to try to negotiate your way out, and it was not COVID-19 specific. There was a laundry list of communicable diseases that could have triggered the nightmare loss of freedom. Disease such as Lyme, toxic shock syndrome, COVID-19, and many others, end quote. You may be thinking this will never happen. Ask yourself then, why are they pouring money into these programs and this lawsuit? Why are they fighting it? Legislators must be mindful of the larger picture when voting on resolutions. Clearly, the governor is telling us what she intends to do with her power. She has lured us into free money for programs that ultimately are pieces to a larger plan and is using our tax dollars against us. Stop funding programs that, like wastewater surveillance, isolation quarantine housing, and the Fellows Program, which ultimately gives her an army of 1,000 statewide employees to follow Department of Health directives. Be mindful of how Department of Health works around transparency, circumventing both the state and local legislature. Department of Health outsources programs to nonprofits and health networks. This is the workaround. We need to pray that she is unsuccessful and take action, spread the word, speak up, stay informed, and donate to the suit. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address the second privilege of the floor?